You supposed to be looking at something? The weather. It's the 17th. Well, technically we're going to see it Thursday, so it's not the 17th. It's the 16th. We're going to see it. You say you think you're gonna buy the XD tickets for it?
Yeah, I haven't decided yet. I don't know. It depends on the show.
It's funny because I didn't see the Avengers in XD. I saw that in standard, and I still enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't see it in the big IMAX theater when I first saw the Avengers. Even when I went to go see Age of Ultron, I didn't see it in XD. I don't think.
I've been waiting my whole life for this movie.
This is Justice League though.
I've been waiting my whole life for this movie,
XD.
bro.
Yeah,
My whole life.
You might as well pay $15.
I'm 27. 27 years of my life.
Alright, yo, we are live right now. What's going on, everybody? I might be feeling a little under the weather. I'm coming off of a cold. I had to work 13 hours today with a cold. Fucking terrible. But it's okay though. What's up? F all that negativity. We're getting into some positivity stuff today because we just got some early reactions from Justice League. The embargo was just uplifted on social media, so people can tweet stuff about it, but they can't upload no videos or nothing like that. I don't know if they had like the world premiere or whatever. I don't think that. I think some screeners have seen it, so they're able to tweet out what they thought, and it's been some positive reviews. But it's been mediocre. It's been half and half. I've been seeing some stuff where they give good and bad. But basically what we see.
It's been mostly good though.
It's basically what problems you would think a superhero team up movie would have, and that's why I'm not upset at some of the reactions because it's a superhero team up movie. I wouldn't expect it to be The Dark Knight.
Right.
Well, give your thoughts on what you thought about the early reactions for Justice League.
Well, I think that all DC fans, when they saw these reactions, we all let out a collective sigh of relief. Cause like I said, I'm biased. I was gonna like the movie anyway, but I was scared that it was gonna suck. I didn't want to admit it.
See, it's hard to say because me and you, we enjoy BVS and we like it because we're DC fans. But if you take our DC fandom away from that, is it really as good as we think it is? As a film alone, like you watch as a cohesive piece without being a DC fanboy, is it a good movie?
Without being a DC fanboy, it's okay.
It's okay. It has some good action set pieces, but it's not. Well, the Ultimate Edition kind of saves it a little bit, in my opinion, because I recently watched it on my phone, and I said this is a better piece than the theatrical version.
Yeah, a lot of people that didn't like BVS, the theatrical version, have not seen the
Ultimate Edition.
The Ultimate Edition, and it's a crime because they think that I'm not about to waste more time watching a movie. Like, it makes a difference. That 30 extra minutes or so almost changes the movie a little bit. I mean, it's still dark.
Hold on, you guys.
All right.
You can keep talking.
Yeah, like the movie is still dark, but it's not like the aesthetic has changed completely. Just like the pacing is different, and a lot of the plot holes have been filled. So if you haven't seen that Ultimate Edition, please watch that at least once so you can see what I'm talking about. It feels more cohesive, and you see why certain things happened in the movie that you didn't see before, such as when they were at I think that was a Capitol building. Yeah, when the Capitol building blew up, and a few scenes with Jim Malone's character.
In the beginning, when we don't know why Lois Lane is doing that scene in the beginning of the movie, they show how she meet up with when she gets captured.
Olsen?
Yeah, when she gets captured.
Yeah,
that literally.
Jimmy Olsen.
If you watch the theatrical version, it literally just happens out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And with the extended version, they show that whole scene. They set the whole thing up. Even with the military, or is that the secret agency? That secret agency that's like they're supposed to be doing something where they see the missile get hit by Superman, hit the missile and everything.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
didn't show
that.
That
scene's not in the
that.
theatrical versions either, and it kind of puts the missing pieces of the puzzle back on there and makes it more cohesive.
Right.
Even the Superman scene, the Clark Kent scenes actually, when he's going to investigate Batman, those scenes aren't in the theatrical version. But do you think Justice League will have an extended cut? Because Wonder Woman doesn't have an extended
Absolutely.
cut. Wonder Woman doesn't have it, does it?
It doesn't, but
Right.
I'm 99% sure Justice League will have an extended cut because the movie that they shot before I firmly believe that they had a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
And the head of WB mandated that they keep it under 2 hours.
Yeah, because I know it's under 2 hours, like an hour, probably like an hour and 50-something minutes most likely.
Yeah, it's 1 minute under 2 hours.
Okay, well that's I still call it 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's still too short.
Right, and I think with a movie like this, with a team up movie like this, there are a lot of scenes. There are a lot of character-centric scenes that will further develop each character. Mm-hmm. And I for one would like to see those scenes. But I do think it's going to be an extended cut because even the Avengers, it didn't have an extended cut, but there were a lot of extended scenes on. You
watched the scenes on the Blu-ray. Yeah. I feel like some of the scenes need to be taken out, but I think they should have left some of those scenes in there.
Yeah.
I would enjoy it. See, that's why I understand why the execs don't think we will sit and watch a 2-hour or 3-hour long superhero movie, especially a team-up movie. Like a movie like Age of Ultron, I think needed to be extended a little bit. We need to see more of Ultron. You know, it felt like his character was put on the wayside. He was involving his armor and stuff to be this big baddie, but we really didn't see that. That was kind of on the background. But even like Justice League, where I think we have all these heroes, and if they're gonna introduce Green Lantern, even, I think some of this stuff needs to be longer. But if they want to just give us a quick a quick story, bring all these characters together, resurrect Superman, and just continue the world. I'm fine with that too, and that's what people are saying, that it's moving in the right direction. That's why I was scared as well as you. Is like I didn't want to be like, oh, now we got to start over. So maybe, do you think Flashpoint is still gonna happen, but they're gonna put it longer within the timeline? Like they're gonna have more things happen before Flashpoint?
As far as like how many movies are going to be released?
Yeah, because now if Justice, like what you said, if Justice League received well, and obviously as we see it is being received well by certain critics that have seen it, it's obviously going to make a lot of money. But do you think Flashpoint, if this didn't receive well, they would make Flashpoint happen, obviously, and change the whole timeline?
I think we won't see many movies between now and Flashpoint. 2, 3 at the most. Right. Because Aquaman is coming out next fall.
Yeah, they're still. They're almost done filming that.
They done.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they just.
They done principal filming, right? They still.
Yeah, they in post production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they'll move ahead with either Black Adam or Suicide Squad 2. Yeah. Because like is it just me, or did it seem like a lot of Shazam, Black Adam news just came like out of nowhere?
Well, I think now since Justice League's coming out, it's the right time to bring all this stuff out. So that's why I think, we're gonna start talking more about it. Especially, I think if they do have end credit scenes in this movie, hopefully they do. It hints on Suicide Squad 2 or Black Adam, because that's technically could be the next potential big threat.
Yeah, because they've even released,
or you can hint at Shazam, or you can hint Shazam as well.
They've released like more news about Shazam / Black Adam than they have for Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah,
and they're definitely gonna make Wonder Woman 2.
I want to talk about that as well. There's a reason why they still haven't moved forward with Wonder Woman 2. We'll probably get to that a little bit later. This is gonna be a lot of DC news, since a lot of DC news came out, because Justice League's coming out. Anything else you want to talk about the early reactions for Justice League?
There was one review in particular that I wanted to talk about. I forget his name, but he said that he said Justice League is okay. He didn't say okay in the sense as in it's mediocre. He was saying it as in it's a good movie.
Right.
He said although that he had issues with the pacing. He said that the characters stand out, and that this movie in particular makes him want to see more
of it. I think I read that. I think I saw that review, that tweet as well.
Yeah.
He said it makes you want to follow the characters. It makes you want to see them again in future movies. And that's the one thing that's going to sell this movie. He said the interactions are really good too with the characters. So that's the one thing I want to see. The story really doesn't matter. Really what you want to see these characters interact with each other and just fight together. That's what you want to see. Right. The same with the Avengers. I think the reason why the Avengers work so well is because they had those scenes where they had them fighting together, using their powers together, doing what they do together, other than just doing them as single things.
Right. Because I mean, there are a good amount of superhero movies that have weak stories.
Yeah.
But the character development is so strong, and because I think that's
especially
those are the two things that you need in a superhero movie: character development and action.
Yeah. Yeah,
everything else you can kind of put on the wayside.
Even the villain, you can put them onto the wayside as long as you got the heroes doing what they're doing. I mean, the villain is important, but if you got good heroes and good action, people will look like
right.
We can not worry about the villain that much. But I read another tweet saying the villain is one of the bad things too as well. The villain is one of the bad things. But I probably can tell by looking at the trailers. They don't show him that much even in the trailer. Yeah. So maybe he is like that. Maybe
like you said, I can live with that. But a prime example of a movie with a very thin story but good characters, Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
The story is very thin.
Yep.
There's not a whole lot of movement from point A to point B to point C.
You feel like things just happen so
but the characters are great.
Yeah.
And you feel for these characters.
You want to keep going on with the story with the characters.
Right. And the action that takes place in the movie is also great.
Yep.
Thor's battle scenes are the best scenes in the movie.
Definitely.
But that's just an example of the characters and the action making up for a weak story.
And now it's crazy to think that the same incidents when Batman vs Superman and Captain America came, and now we actually might have two good superhero movies on DC and Marvel come out the same month. That's one more week. Technically not one more week. 5 days away. 3 days, yeah.
Yeah, 4 days. 4 days. So Thursday, 4 days.
Like I always count down like these next 2. I work like all day today, tomorrow, Tuesday, right? Those days usually go by. Just then Wednesday comes.
That's the longest.
Then it's like I only work 4 to 11. So.
But you wanted to get here. It's like Christmas Eve, bro.
Yeah, but it's like
Christmas Eve lasts so long.
That day usually be like the quick day for me. Then Thursday comes. I only work 4 hours that day, so like I get off at 8 o'clock. So it's like, oh yeah. So now I'm good. So I won't really worry about that. I'll probably watch a lot of trailers this week. Probably trailers we already seen. I won't watch no TV spots. No TV spots.
You know what? I did watch the clips. I was trying not to.
I'm not watching no clips. No.
I was trying.
I'm not watching no clips. No screenshots. Nothing.
The temptation was too great. Well, the thing. All right. What happened was that I went to watch the last trailer again, and the particular video I hit had the clips at the beginning of the...
Oh, they did you had the clip and did the trailer.
Yeah. But then...
Joe Blow been doing that a lot. They had the trailer to it.
But then what happened...
It's kind of stupid a little bit.
But after I watched the first clip, I'm like, this is not a trailer. Then I realized what I was watching. I was like, oh no! But I was like, I've already watched the one. Yeah. And I watched the one that I really wanted to watch.
The one with the cyborg one?
No, was it Cyborg? The one where they was on the rooftop.
Oh yeah, okay.
That clip was the clip that they showed like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
To the people that didn't like BVS.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, I've already watched the one clip that I wanted to see. I may as well just watch all of them.
Yeah, I ain't lying. No clips, only trailers. I just recently watched the Heroes trailer.
Yeah.
And that's about it. It's the only thing I probably watched recently. I'm just ready for this movie. I'm ready for this movie. I'm probably about to go in the theater and just watch it as a movie. Not worrying about me being a Batman fan, a Superman fan, nothing like that. I'm just go in and just watch the film as it is. I'm not about to worry about no other people's reviews or nothing. Just about to watch it. Hopefully we'll be able to see it together. We're gonna do a review for it, non-spoiler, and then Nerd Talk. We're gonna do a spoiler talk like we did with Thor Ragnarok. Hopefully we give you a lot of enthusiasm in this. But as reactions we seen, these are just, we know these are fanboys, so these look like they're just regular people. So that's what makes me more excited. These aren't just DC fanboys that are saying, oh, it's good, it's good, it's good. These are just look like they're regular people. On that note, we're going to go into the next segment. I want to talk about Black Adam possibly being in Suicide Squad 2. I don't know if it's confirmed yet. I saw Collider did the article talk about it. Collider talked about it, and I'm like, oh, so I didn't read it, but it just intrigued me thinking how would it work. I read a little bit of article. They saying that the Suicide Squad will basically going after another potential threat, and it will be Black Adam. That's what they'll be going after. I just thought the potential would be amazing to introduce him in this movie, other than just having his own film, introducing him in this movie, and then him being in Shazam.
I would like that. I think that would be great. First of all, Will Smith and The Rock in the same movie.
That would be awesome.
That has no choice but to be awesome. Amazing. Second, I think it's a great way to introduce Billy Batson.
Yep.
Just have him show up as the little boy in the end. Yeah. Just like on the sidelines, like, what is going on? Just like a little
cameo, basically.
Yeah, an extended Easter egg.
Yeah, or like I'm saying, even Justice League could do that probably, but I don't think that we're gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna do that. But I think you're right. Suicide Squad would be a perfect opportunity to do that. And also, I think The Rock, he always saves franchises, so I think he'll make it better. He'll make it better. He saves franchises, but it's funny because he's doing all these new projects. Like he's doing Jumanji. I don't think that's gonna be good. He did what Janitor to the Center of Earth, which wasn't good, or Journey 2. He do all these type of films. I don't want him to do those type of films. I want to do stuff like this, like this, or like Fast and Furious. I don't like him doing kid stuff. I'd rather do like hardcore action or superhero stuff. He's obviously have the build for superhero. And that's funny. I was looking at clips of Black Adam, and he looks like The Rock a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only difference is he has to have hair. But I don't think he's gonna have hair. I don't think they're not gonna give him a piece on his head.
Yeah, he's not gonna have. Just let him be bald.
Exactly.
With that.
And The Rock has came on and said he feel like he is Black Adam. He feel like he can play that character. So
because they announced him like almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, like 2014. They announced him. But at the point in time, they said it wasn't gonna be tied in with DCEU, but they didn't know where it was going at this point in time. So I think, like you said, it's a perfect opportunity for him to be in Suicide Squad 2, and for them to go after him. I just think it'd be awesome. I just think, that would make it so much better. The stock for that movie would definitely go up for more if this is true.
Absolutely.
And it just and then it makes the universe more bigger because we need.
They said I don't really know what to believe right now as far as the DCEU, because some people saying that the DCEU is not a thing anymore. Right. Other people are saying that it's still a thing. I think that it's still a thing because when Henry Cavill was talking about the mistakes made with the DCEU, he never like confirmed that they weren't
moving forward with it.
Yeah, that they weren't moving forward with the DCEU. He actually did the opposite. He said, now we know what to do. We made the right mistakes. That way we can fix it appropriately.
Right.
So I think that they're still gonna have a DCEU. I think they're just gonna move in a different direction than what they had originally planned.
Yeah,
I think
I agree with everything you're saying. Because if they would have stopped it, it would already be out that they're stopping. They would say this is the end. They're gonna start over.
right. There wouldn't be any confusion. They would have officially confirmed. Um, but I believe that Wonder Woman was the first step in that right direction, and Justice League was the second step. If they when Aquaman comes out, if they have 3 good movies in a row,
yeah, they're gonna keep going.
They're gonna
keep going.
They good.
I think Aquaman has the potential to be good because it's something we've never seen before, and after hearing in the tweets that Jason Momoa is he's a good Aquaman, and he's him next to Wonder Woman and Flash. They still the show, so. If Aquaman's received well in this movie as well, his movie is gonna it's gonna go up too as well. People are gonna want to look forward to see his movie if he's amazing in this movie. On that note, the next thing I want to talk about is Wonder Woman 2. Gal Gadot won't sign on because Brett Ratner is tied in with the Warner Bros. Pictures, and she has a big feud with him. And she won't commit to it unless he's off the project.
I didn't know that. What's up with Brett Ratner?
I don't know, something with some type of sexual thing going on with him and stuff like that.
Is this something in the water? Like
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Everybody's sexually harassing everybody. Keep your hands to yourself.
I just read this article like yesterday. I'm like, okay, but that's the main star, and I'm sorry to say. You can't replace Gal Gadot right now. Not when she's coming off Wonder Woman now in Justice League. Yeah. You can't replace her. Yeah. So if I'm a Warner Brothers exec, Brett Ratner, you gotta go.
Right.
You got to go because we're not about to lose our star. Because if we replace Wonder Woman, that means Wonder Woman 2 is not gonna be that interesting.
Right. Brett Ratner hasn't even made anything that was that good since Rush Hour 2.
Exactly. I enjoyed X-Men 3, but it's not a good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it personally,
but it's not a good superhero film.
Right.
It's not a good superhero film. People call it one of the worst actually, but it's enjoyable. But
I can name 10 movies worse than that.
I definitely give you that. I just read that. I'm like, damn, that's kind of messed up. A lot of, like I said, a lot of DC news been coming out. Now that was one of them I read. I said, wow, that's crazy. Man, like I said, if I'm a Warner Brothers exec, she coming to me saying she got a problem with Brett Ratner, she won't commit because of that. You gotta go, Brett Ratner. You gotta go. Your track record doesn't really succeed you to being a part of this movie anyway. So, yeah, that was just something random I wanted to talk about.
I don't even think why is there even a debate about it? That's a no-brainer. Just give him the boot.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's that simple.
Yep.
No disrespect to Brett Ratner, but bye.
I don't think there's any other DCEU news we want to talk about.
No, that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah. So we talked about Justice League, Suicide Squad 2, Wonder Woman 2. Go ahead and go into transition. They got Marvel been releasing some posters for Black Panther. I'll probably put the link in the description to go to the website to Marvel's Twitter account. They've released some Black Panther posters. They look pretty good. What else? Deadpool released a new poster where it's like a poster of him. It's like a Thanksgiving dinner. You have all the characters at a table of Thanksgiving.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And it's funny in the background you see Stan Lee in the picture on the wall. And it's hilarious. I wanted to give that a shout out too. Waiting to see an official trailer for that. Hopefully it's coming soon since Thanksgiving is coming up. Hopefully they'll release it. It'll probably be like a skit most likely for Thanksgiving. Another news. Sebastian Stan and Paul Bettany put out a post saying that Thor Ragnarok is the reason why we haven't seen the Infinity War trailer yet. And it's going to probably be released by the end of the year. They're giving high hopes saying it's going to be epic. It's going to be good.
Thor Ragnarok
is the reason why we haven't seen the Infinity War trailer.
What does that mean?
Because we think about, I think certain scenes in the trailer probably spoils Thor Ragnarok.
I guess.
So... because my thought is I would release it in front of Thor Ragnarok, but if I'm a Disney exec, I wouldn't do that. I would wait till the movie and then release it.
Yeah.
Like I said, my guess is gonna be released, but it's not. They can't. See, that's the worst thing about the internet is that it's gonna be released online before it hits the theater. If it's, in my opinion, I release it before Star Wars. When Star Wars comes out, that's when I release the trailer. It's a Disney property, release it with them, or Coco, or Star Wars. But Star Wars, the bigger movies are releasing from Star Wars, in my opinion. But I'm excited for this Infinity War trailer. It's probably not gonna be the same footage like Comic-Con. It's probably gonna be a totally different thing. Probably more enhanced and more. Probably tell it. It's gonna be a teaser trailer, but it's funny that we're like 5 or 6 months away from Infinity War, and this is gonna be the teaser trailer. Like we would expect us to get the teaser trailer probably in like October or August.
I don't think it's gonna be a teaser. I think it's gonna be like an
Actual official one.
It's too close.
Yeah, that's what I'm
release a
saying.
teaser.
We'll see.
That'll make me mad.
Yeah, it'll make me mad too. It'll make me really mad. This trailer at least it needs to be at least 2 hours, not 2 minutes and 30 seconds at least. 2:35, I'll give it the least. Cause we need to see some stuff. Cause I'm tired of seeing images and people on set and the same shit. Excuse me. And in other news, speaking of Star Wars, they announced a new trilogy directed by the one and only Rian Johnson. He's directing The Last Jedi. He's directing The Last Jedi, right?
Yes, he is.
And he has announced, well, Disney announced that he's going to be directing a whole new Star Wars trilogy outside of the Luke Skywalker saga. I'm excited because the one thing I have a problem with the Star Wars universe is that we're always focused on the Skywalkers. This universe is so big. I want to focus on other characters.
I think
Rogue One was a testament to that.
Yep, Rogue One was the trial movie. Let's make a movie without any Skywalkers.
And it's funny, it's hard to say that because Darth Vader's in it.
Yeah.
And he's technically still tied in because of the Death Star.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that Rogue One is it. The only difference is that he's not the main character.
Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't have much character.
There isn't a Skywalker that's the main character in the story. But I'm really hoping that this new trilogy either go into the past or into the future. My guess, I want to see the Old Republic. I think the Old Republic needs to be brought into the theatrical world. We see a lot of games, a lot of comic books, a lot of books, but I think we need to see before everything we've seen. You might need to go more farther into the past than what we see now, because we're so used to this. We're so used to
like before the Skywalkers.
Right. Yes, before the Skywalker, before all of that, before like I said, going all the way back to the Old Republic. Because we really don't. A lot of people that know the movies don't know about that stuff unless they're big Star Wars fans.
Right.
And
well, I guess it kind of doesn't matter now because
right.
the books aren't canon anymore.
You're right. You're totally right.
The video games are still canon, right?
No, some of the video games. Yeah, I think what's canon now for Star Wars is the movies and whatever's new's coming out new.
So the new Battlefront,
all the new stuff that's coming out is canon. I think Clone Wars is canon, but I think certain seasons are. I don't think they included the whole series. I think certain things of the Clone Wars are canon.
Rebels is canon, right?
Rebels is canon, but that came out after they bought Disney. So it's funny because I was in the bookstore and I want to buy all these Star Wars books. I'm like, it's irrelevant for me to buy these books. Because they don't involve in the story anymore. These is technically they're called legends now.
Yeah.
So, but what the cool thing about it, they can grab certain elements out of those stories and put them into film if they want to, or write another book about it. So that's the one thing that makes me more intrigued, is that this is going to be a whole new thing. When is this going to take place? Where is it going to take place? How is it going to be? Is it going to be anime? Is it going to be live action? Because we already got certain trilogy. We obviously know this is a new trilogy just coming up this next, obviously. Mm-hmm. Then we have the solo movie. So what is this trilogy is going to take place in the timeline? That's the one thing why I'm more intrigued. I'm like, they're a new trilogy. Okay.
I think what they're gonna do is kind of like what they're doing with this one. Main continuity standalone.
Right.
And I think that's what they're going to continue to do with this new trilogy. The new trilogy will be the main continuity.
Right.
And then they'll have standalones in between.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the next standalone after this is Han Solo.
Right.
And then they'll do
Episode 10.
Mm-hmm. And then the
Either Obi-Wan or Yoda, one of those two. They haven't confirmed, but I would rather see Obi-Wan.
I prefer Yoda, actually.
Yoda?
Yeah.
Well, Yoda will be easier.
Because we kind of already seen Obi-Wan in episode 1. You know?
I mean, the one thing I would want to see is people saying that Obi-Wan movie 1 wouldn't be like an origin. It will be like in between episodes 3 and 4. We want to see what he's doing between there. Like, why is he the way he is in episode 4 from episode 3? We want to see how he is in between that timeline.
And Ewan McGregor said he'd come back.
And we all wanted to come back because he's probably the best thing out of the whole trilogy.
And he honestly would be the right age now.
He would be a perfect age. Actually.
He's a little older, but he's not old.
Exactly. Well, special effects would probably clean him up as well.
Yeah. But I'm saying like he should be that way.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's the one thing I'm excited for that. But like you said, is this gonna take place after this trilogy? Like, that's the one thing is we know they announced it, but who knows how far along they're gonna be doing this.
Personally, I would like it to take place after. We've seen a lot of stuff that are prequels.
Right. Yeah.
Most of Star Wars
is prequels.
You're right. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 are prequels.
You're right.
Rogue One is a prequel. You got 4 prequels in what? 8 movies? 9.
Yeah.
8. 9.
All together?
9.
Well, now it's going to be 9 if you count this one.
Right. You have 9 movies. 4 of them are prequels. I really don't think we need any more prequels.
Well, yeah, in there, obviously, we're getting the anthology film, so that was technically our prequels as well.
Oh, Han Solo.
Han Solo's going to be a prequel.
All right,
it's going to be
so
a prequel.
Yeah.
So, I think you're right about that. Let's go ahead and forward it to time. But that's what I'm saying. And then we can't have no Skywalker. It's not going to be a Skywalker thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, this is not going to be a Skywalker thing. Then it has to be far away from where they're at, obviously. And that's why I say it's hard to say it's not going to take place in the past because, you know, the Skywalkers have been known.
But the thing is, like, the way Rogue One took place on a lot of planets. They could go to any one of those planets. I mean, except the one that was blown up, obviously. But they could go to any one of those planets and explore the characters on that planet. Like, they have so much that they can do with this new trilogy.
Yeah.
So I really don't see a need to go back into the past.
You're right. The one thing, see, that's probably what segment I want to talk about too. Is probably like what certain elements they took away that I wanted to bring back. Like, I was recently watching some footage from The Force Unleashed. That's one of the things I want to bring back. Is I want to bring that character to life, Star Killer. I thought he was a very intriguing character in that game, and it's upsetting to me like that's not canon. Technically, that's not canon no more, because that game was released before Disney had the rights, and that's the one element I want them to bring back because I think he's a very interesting character. But that's also another thing tied into Darth Vader, so probably they wouldn't be able to do that because he was Darth Vader's apprentice. But I'm excited for the Star Wars trilogy. We not like we're getting enough Star Wars movies to begin with. We're getting a lot of them actually. Fucking one every year. One every year. I don't think they're gonna take a break. Disney is not playing with this Star Wars property. Another thing I did want to talk about is this is not new news, but we haven't really talked about it, me and you, on camera, is that Disney is trying to get Fox. They're trying to buy Fox, the studios. They're like literally trying to get all their properties.
Most of them, yeah. I think, obviously, this goes without saying, their top priority is X-Men.
Yep.
That's obvious.
Yep.
And they're trying to see what else they can get with X-Men. Maybe Fantastic Four. I think bringing the Fantastic Four over would open up tremendous possibilities for the MCU.
Yeah, you trying to get Deadpool.
Dude.
I don't think they need Deadpool. They don't need that. They don't need to get him.
They
don't need Deadpool. They don't really need X-Men.
I mean, they don't need it, but do we want it? Yeah, we want it.
Yeah, we do, but
who doesn't want to see Avengers versus X-Men?
Everyone wants to see that.
Like, come on,
Everyone
man.
wants to see that. But it's like
that could be all right. Secret Wars could be Phase 4. Avengers versus X-Men could be Phase 5.
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope.
But that's what I'm saying. The only thing that kind of contradicts this theory is that where have these mutants been all this time?
And that brings me to my next point. That's why they should bring in the Fantastic Four, namely Reed Richards. They have to bring in Reed Richards because there's this story of the Fantastic Four that they like somehow Reed Richards encounters different versions of himself throughout the multiverse. You got Reed Richards, the main continuity Reed Richards from 616. You got Ultimate Reed Richards. You got all these different Reed Richards, and they each are a little different. And they have like this council of Reed Richards. Like it's like an organization of just just Reed Richards. You gotta look it up. You gotta research. It's pretty dope. But fast forward, Reed and Sue, they have a son, Franklin, and Franklin is basically basically God. Yeah. Because he was sitting in the bed one day and just created a universe. He was like 4 years old and just made a universe just to do it.
What?
Yeah, like it was dope. Like he just, here it is.
Wow.
So they could bring in Franklin Richards, his character, as the reason why there like the two universes are separated, or be the reason why the two universes are converging. I would love for the universes converging to be a permanent effect. That way you can have these team up movies between the X-Men and the Avengers, kind of like how Thor and Hulk teamed up. I would like to see maybe Wolverine team up with people. That'd be a new way to approach the characters. Not all of these characters have to have standalone movies. Hulk proved that. I personally would like to see another Hulk standalone, but it's not necessary.
No, that's another problem. Universal have the right to make them standalone, so they can out.
Right, that's a whole other legal issue.
It's a rights issue.
Yeah, but like I said, you don't necessarily have to have. You can have all of these characters, and you don't have to give them all their own movie. You can have them
meet each other's movies,
just team up with other people.
I agree with you that I think Fantastic Four. To me, Fantastic Four is more important than X-Men.
Yeah.
Because I think their villains is more important to the MCU. Yeah,
from a story standpoint, bringing the Fantastic Four is key. From a money standpoint,
it will make more sense to bring in Fantastic Four because you can start that all over again.
Right.
You know, you can start that all over. You can start bringing them in as just, and you don't have to make them as kids. You can bring them out as adults.
Right. You don't have to do a Fantastic Four origin. You can just have them be the Fantastic Four already.
Nope. And then you can have them explain what happened to them. Like they can already, they or like I said, they do the origin, but like do it like the Hulk way, where they had it happen to be have it happen in the opening scene.
They gave the Cliff Notes version of the
where they already had they showed their get their powers in the opening credits. Following to the next scene, they already have their powers. So and have everyone know who the Fantastic Four is, so we don't really need to explain all that, boom, 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 like that.
Yeah, like I said.
But I think their villains is more like Dr. Doom, Galactus, Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer, for one,
Silver Surfer
is important as well.
Silver Surfer and Dr. Doom have to, if they bring over the Fantastic Four, you ain't gotta bring, just bring over Dr. Doom.
Yep.
He's one of the greatest villains ever.
It makes it, and it kind of makes it a little bit harder now because I think Fox is trying to do a Dr. Doom film. They're trying to do a Dr. Doom film, but we don't know how far that comes off the ground as well. you know, they're trying to, obviously Fox trying to do all these different things with their properties. See, they're coming out with X-Men New Mutants, they got Deadpool, Logan, like they're doing so many different things with their Marvel properties. So that's why, to me, as a fan, that's why I think I'd rather have Fox keep them properties, because they're doing so many different things other than Marvel.
But see, think of it like this. You know how you got 20th Century Fox, right?
Right.
Then you have Fox Searchlight.
Right.
And the Searchlight movies are like more like the eyeball movies. I think if Disney buys Fox, that's what Fox will become.
The Searchlight instead of just Fox.
Yeah, it'll be
Fox Searchlight.
Yeah, or the Disney Searchlight or Marvel.
Right.
Well, you know what I mean. The more eyeball movies they'll keep over here in this little compartment,
Right.
and then the main, MCU, Avengers movies,
Right.
X-Men, they'll keep.
Because they kind of been doing it already with Marvel. Like Marvel did their own thing. Like, you think if Disney bought them, they'll let them still do what they do? Because it's hard to put like, okay, Disney's its own thing.
There'll be an overarching umbrella, but they'll still be allowed to have some creative freedom, much like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
It's still under the MCU umbrella,
Right.
but James Gunn pretty much does what he wants to do.
But the Guardians of the Galaxy is different. They're in a totally different universe. They're in a totally different aura than same. You can do the exact same thing with Thor. Thor really can do whatever he wants. The only difference is that he's come to Earth already. He's come to Earth and interacted with us. That's what makes it different from Guardians. Guardians haven't been to Earth yet. They haven't came to Earth to interact with us yet. So, now another thing I was thinking of, like Disney's basically doing that with all the other properties like Star Wars, Marvel. They got all these different properties underneath their umbrella. But like you said, they're allowing them to do what they do. Like, we notice all these movies don't start off with Disney. You never see Disney come up as any of the beginning of none of these films that they're producing. To the end credits, right. You never know that, unless you know that obviously Disney owns them, you would never know that. Yeah. They never start off with Disney. They always start off with the actual production studio, like Lucasfilm and Marvel. Yeah. So, like you said, I can understand Disney trying to own all these studios and properties and stuff, but like, just make it like, okay, you guys are under us, but you guys still can have your own production studio, obviously, own studios distributing these movies, but we own the property. We own that.
I think it's gonna be a little more hands-on with Fox just because of X-Men.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, X-Men is the cash grab.
You're right.
And then Fantastic Four is just from a story standpoint.
Story. But I just think, like when you talked about, I think, to me, Fantastic Four is more important. X-Men, we already seen X-Men. X-Men got their own universe. I would like to see certain characters of X-Men come. I don't want to see the entire X-Men come. I want to see certain characters.
What I would like to happen, I had high hopes for X-Men after Days of Future Past, and then Apocalypse came out, and it was subpar. They just need to just be done with X-Men.
And it's funny, they're coming out with another X-Men movie.
I know.
They're coming out with Dark Phoenix, and I got a feeling that's not going to do well. I don't think it's going to do well, because we didn't really get a hype after Apocalypse. After, Jean Grey showed her potential of being Dark Phoenix at the end of Apocalypse. But after I left the film, after I saw the film, I wasn't hyped for Dark Phoenix. I wasn't hyped to see that storyline. Or Fox didn't lead us into doing it. They didn't lead us into being hype. Right. Because Dark Phoenix technically could be that big character. She's technically, she can fucking dissolve niggas by just a snap of a finger. So
she's an Omega level mutant. Like, right. She's the most powerful mutant.
Exactly. So we'll see how it pans out, but they're still in talks of doing it.
I personally would like to see them reboot X-Men, but do it the right way.
Right. Bring out the original five. Talking about Iceman,
Beast,
Angel,
Cyclops, and Jean Grey. Start out with those 5. Don't even worry about Wolverine. Just don't even think about him. Do those 5 first. Establish them.
Yeah, if they do that, he'll be an end credit scene.
They don't.
They can't do it. They can't do X-Men without Wolverine. I'm sorry to say. When you pull up an X-Men thing on,
the first thing you
see is Wolverine. That's what I'm saying.
I know, but like
he's so marketable.
Hugh Jackman He is Wolverine. They just need to just let it be. Just let it be.
They're not gonna let it be. I'm sorry.
All right, at least
I'm looking at it as a exec. The character is bigger than the actor.
Yeah.
You couldn't replace any actor to play the role. Not saying they're gonna be as good as the actual person that played it. Obviously, see, they're not replacing Robert Downey Jr. anytime soon to play Iron Man.
Didn't he just renegotiate his contract?
Exactly. Yeah. He's never gonna stop. He's never gonna stop playing it. Wait, the one thing he knows that's gonna give him his money though. Because I'm sorry, I love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but all his films after Iron Man, I really didn't like. I didn't like The Judge. The Sherlock Holmes films are mediocre.
I like the Sherlock Holmes.
They're okay. They're okay.
I really like those, man.
They're okay. I didn't like Due Date. I didn't like that.
What?
I didn't like Due Date. I didn't like that.
You tripping, dog?
I didn't like that.
You tripping, man?
I didn't like that. Like I saying, and that's the crazy thing to say is that he'll do all these other all these Marvel actors will do a film and do something else, and they won't do as well as the Marvel movies. Same with Scarlett Johansson. Well, she'll have a big opening for it, but then it'll go down. Stan Lee just came out and said that a Black Widow movie is in the works too. He was at a convention saying, "Oh, a Black Widow movie is in production," and I'm like, "Okay, do we really want to see a Black Widow film? We'll see how she doing it." But this the only thing I say.
The thing is, I
wanted
to see that like 4 years ago. I don't really care.
I wanted to see it after Winter Soldier. That's when I was more hyped for it because I liked her character in Winter Soldier. She gave a lot of depth to her character. How she tells us she changes her identity all the time. So she be a different person. Cause you can definitely tell she'd be a different person in each Avengers movie. She's different from Avengers to Winter Soldier to Avengers 2, then to obviously Civil War. So
it looks completely different in every movie.
Yeah. So now
I think her definitive look is in Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, yeah.
Most of the times you see her, she has that look.
Yeah.
So.
But it's funny they're changing it for the Avengers. She's gonna have blonde hair this one, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I'm ready for this. This and Justice League, they're two different realms. Infinity War obviously has like 18 movies ahead of Justice League, so you can't really compare those two. Cause that's the one thing people compare. Oh, is it blah blah? That's the one thing I hate that people do is compare to each fucking franchise. It's like one has just been out longer than the other.
Right, one has had more time to establish itself.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything else you want to talk about. Any other topics you want to talk about? This is a really short episode.
Yeah, it is a short episode. We had a lot to talk about. We just got to the point.
Yeah, a lot of things happened, but it was just quick stuff. Like I said, the main thing we want to talk about was the Star Wars trilogy, but we don't really know that much. We just know they just announced it. And same with the Justice League stuff. They just put out some tweets of the reaction. That's about it. Like I said, we will be doing a Justice League review. Just a non-spoiler one. We'll probably talk minor spoilers if we have to. But we'll do a big spoiler talk in next week on Nerd Talk. Because we don't want to fucking... If it exceeds our expectations, we're going to want to talk about the thing from the beginning to the end, just like we did with Thor. So I didn't think Thor was going to be as good as I thought it was going to be. I really didn't. I walked in that theater like, I don't think it's going to be as good. I think I'm going to be disappointed. I end up not being disappointed. It's probably like, out of all the Marvel movies, it's definitely like in top, out of the MCU, it's definitely up there. I was watching this one guy's on YouTube, and they absolutely hated it. They didn't like it. They didn't like the tone of the set. They didn't like that it was like the way it was. And I didn't understand it. It's like, what did you guys see that I didn't see?
He must have had very different expectations for Ragnarok. Because I went into it knowing that it was going to be funny.
I'm guessing people thinking Ragnarok is supposed to be depressing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the last depressing Marvel movie we had was Winter Soldier. Because technically Civil War is not a depressing movie.
I don't know. Civil War is pretty dark.
I wouldn't say it's dark. A lot of dark stuff happened in the movie, obviously. It kind of ends on a dark note, I guess you could say. All the Avengers are locked up. Yeah, I guess you could say it's dark. I don't know. I really didn't see it as a dark film.
Yeah, that's pretty dark. All the Avengers is in jail. Cap is a fugitive.
I mean, I didn't feel that weight, because maybe, like I said, I think what the one thing was holding Civil War back. Captain America Civil War was holding it back was that no one died. Me and you talked about that. I think Rhodey was the one that needed to die, but I noticed he wasn't gonna die because they showed that scene in the trailer. If a character died, they're not gonna show it in the trailer. They wouldn't show that. And that's the one thing that's missing. It's funny because Age of Ultron had a character die, and that's kind of not even a dark movie either, for real. I wouldn't count that as dark. And then Civil War is supposed to be a depressing movie, but no one dies. But that's the one thing. Maybe I didn't feel that weight because I was having a lot of fun with the action. You know, the action was taken in a comedic way. Regardless of the end, though, the end fight wasn't taken in a comedic way. I feel like watching that now since we're talking about that. I haven't watched it in a minute. But yeah, I haven't watched it in a minute. My goal was to now that Black Panther's about to come, I'm gonna watch each one now, back to back to back. I was gonna do that with Justice League as well. Probably watch each one this week. Start with Man of Steel, then watch BVS. Suicide Squad, and to get through this is easy. It's only four movies. Cause
I was gonna watch.
I could watch Wonder Woman on Fire Stick.
I was gonna watch BVS last though.
He was gonna watch it last since it ties right into it.
Right.
Technically, the first one we can watch is Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That's the one we can watch first. So watch Wonder Woman, then Man of Steel, then BVS. No, yeah, BVS, then Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad takes place after BVS.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So you watch BVS, then Suicide Squad, and then Justice League. Because at the end of Suicide Squad, Ben Affleck goes to Amanda Waller and said, "No, you put your team away. I'm creating my own team."
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So, but I'll watch them from the way they release. Cause it's hard to do that with Marvel as well. Cause you technically can watch Captain America first. And then start with Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Thor, and then the Avengers.
Incredible Hulk, yeah.
Then, Incredible Hulk. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, and then Avengers.
Yeah.
Technically. And then with the MCU, you can watch those in order. Because I don't think the timeline for those don't really matter with those. You can watch those ready to release, I think.
From phase 2 on.
Yeah, phase 2 and up. I think after that, continuity really doesn't. Well, besides Captain Marvel that's about to be released, that's going to take place in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, I think I finally figured out. I figured out my own timeline for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like I said, I think Captain America's obviously in the 40s, but I think Iron Man 2 and 1. I think those are 6 months apart, and after that, each movie takes place at the same time. So.
At the time they were released?
No, at the time that they're all happening at the same time. Like they're all in the same time period. And probably after Thor and after the Avengers, it's a time loop after between those two.
Wait, what?
Like, after Iron Man 1 and 2 is a 6-month time gap. But I think, I think in between that it's Incredible Hulk is in there too.
So Incredible Hulk is between
Iron
first
Man,
two Iron Man,
right? In the time, in time.
Yeah, and then after.
Say it's a 6-month time jump.
Oh, between the two movies,
right?
And
then after that,
Hulk is right in the middle of that.
Yeah, Hulk is in the middle of that,
Okay,
and then Thor's happening at the same time as Iron Man 2.
You were
Because Coulson gets a call saying he's going to New Mexico.
Yeah, you're right.
He finds the hammer. Boom. Thor comes. Boom. The same time jump. But I think it's a time jump between Avengers and Hulk. Thor. There's a time jump between them because I think Thor looks different from he does in there. His hair probably a little bit longer or something.
I think that's a
Loki's hair is a little bit longer.
I think that's a visual retcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I think Loki kind of gives it away too. His hair is longer in that one too.
Yeah.
His hair is longer in Avengers than it is in
His hair is stupid long in Ragnarok.
Yeah. His hair just got casually longer. I love the scene that he's like, don't be such a witch about it. Like, man, why you dress like one? And because he's wearing all black, it's just hilarious. And it's funny, he's wearing a suit and he's wearing like regular street clothes, just hilarious. That's why I think, I would say that it's not, I wouldn't say it's 2012 that Avengers take place. I would say if you want to do the right time, I say it would take place around 2009, 2008, something like that. Because I think people say Thor probably saves that because it says it's 2 years between Avengers Age of Ultron and Thor Ragnarok because he's been Hulk for 2 years. Yeah. And technically it makes sense because Thor came out in 2017, Avengers came out in 2015. That's a 2-year time jump.
Yeah.
So I think that time, that makes sense right there.
Yeah, that time, that was real time.
Right.
Yeah, between
Thor Ragnarok and Age of Ultron.
Yeah, that was accurate to actual time.
And I think Spider-Man it's not 2017 in that it's technically it's 2 months after the events of Civil War, so it's in the same time as that. Yeah. So it's in the same year most likely. And I'm really hoping that we'll see if I think Black Panther obviously take place after Civil War, obviously.
So where do you think Spider-Man is gonna go from here? Do you think it's gonna be set in real time, or is it gonna be the next school year after?
I think it's gonna be the next school year after. I think obviously Spider-Man 2 is gonna take place after Infinity War, obviously. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be the next year, but we'll see. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to judge it, cause he's not a freshman. He's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
Thank God Tom Holland looks young as hell, cause it'll be bad. Cause they will have to jump it then if he looks older.
Yeah, he's 20 in real life.
He looks really young.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like even his voice doesn't sound like he's 20. That's crazy. Cause at the time I was 18, I had a voice like this, so I didn't have a high voice. I don't even remember the last time I had a high voice. So my guess is that they're gonna take place the next year after it's gonna be the next school year after Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm excited for Tom Holland though. I'm excited though because I watched Mojo did a top 10 list that Spider-Man Homecoming got right, and they were right though on everything they said. And it made me like it even more. It made me like it even more. I don't think Spider-Man Homecoming is in my top 10 list, is it?
Yeah, it is. It's like 6 on your list, 5 or 6 on your list.
Oh shit! I gotta go back and watch that video. I recently watched it again. I said, "This is not in my top 10, is it?"
It is. It's like 5 or 6 on your list. Because whatever mine is, ours was switched.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, you might be right about that.
Yeah, ours was switched.
Well, I say if it's not, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm be really upset. 'Cause I really enjoyed that movie though.
So it's 5 on my list. I think it's 4 on your list.
Okay.
All right. I take no. I'm looking at the wrong Spider-Man.
Oh, you looking at Spider-Man 2? Okay. Yeah, it's gotta be in my top 10 though.
It's 8 on my list. I think it might be 6 or 7 on your list.
Let me go back there. I got it in here. Top 10 superhero movies. It's 7.
It's 7. Yeah.
Remember, I had to move everything up now because I forgot to put Logan in there. And that was so stupid of me that I didn't put Logan in there. And I went back and watched the stream. You see my face. I'm like, oh. And that's a testament of knowing that Logan doesn't feel like a superhero movie. It feel like it got a superhero character in there, but it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. Yeah. Because it's not like like all the other movies compared to it. Besides, I would say The Dark Knight.
It's a straight drama.
The Dark Knight doesn't feel like a superhero movie either.
Yeah.
Out of all the other movies. But even Captain America Winter Soldier doesn't feel like
I'm about to say that my top 3 aren't your traditional superhero movies. The Dark Knight, Winter Soldier, and Logan.
Okay.
The Dark Knight is a crime thriller.
That's the one thing I put Avengers over Winter Soldier.
You put Avengers over Winter Soldier?
Yeah, I put Avengers is number 4 and Winter Soldier is number 5.
Oh, you drunk. You tripping, dog.
The reason why I did that is because I just thought of enjoyment factor for when I was in the theater.
Yeah.
And when I first saw it for the first time, I was just blown away. I was blown away. Like,
Well, and
that doesn't fault that Civil War is not better than Avengers. I know it's a better movie, but I'll just go and judging off my effect of it when I first saw it, my enjoyment of it, and how many times I wanted to watch it.
Yeah, because that when I got to Civil War, Winter Soldier, I when I saw it, I didn't expect it to be that good.
No.
I was like, this movie is fantastic.
I remember going to see that. I went to see that with Jamel actually.
Yeah.
And it was an early day.
Like I was literally in the theater like this. Like what's gonna happen next?
It's funny because I remember watching the trailer and like it's just I didn't see what I was seeing, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is another This is Captain America. I'm just ready for Avengers. I was ready for Avengers. I was like, okay, this is the movie that's gonna get me to Avengers. And I'm like, oh no, Guardians comes out. I'm lying. But I was thinking, okay, this is the movie that's gonna tie into Avengers. Okay, and that's why I gotta watch this because it tied into the Avengers. So you're right. I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, I'm watching The Dark Knight. It's like it feels like I said, it's feel like it's a spy espionage thriller.
Yep.
With Captain America in it.
Yep.
And that's the same thing I say about Dark Knight. Dark Knight is basically a crime drama with Batman in it.
Yep. If I had to compare them to other movies, The Dark Knight is obviously The Departed.
Yep.
Winter Soldier.
I'll compare it to like a James Bond. Like,
Man,
not even though.
Winter Soldier's like Enemy of the State.
Yeah, or The Fugitive.
Or The Fugitive. Yeah.
Fugitive. That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. Like Captain America's on the run the whole time, so
yeah.
You probably got me with Enemy of the State. Enemy of the State is a good one.
Yeah, I don't really know what I would compare Logan to.
See,
that's hard.
I compare it to The Last of Us all day.
Last of Us?
Oh my God, though. It's funny because when the fan art came out so much when that movie came out, I said, man, why haven't they called Hugh Jackman yet? Because it's the way he even looks. But you ever seen Prisoners? He's in that movie, and he looks exactly like he do in Logan.
I feel like
everything.
You know what? I feel like if they cast him now, they just gonna compare it to Logan.
It's gonna cripple the movie. Exactly, compare it to Logan.
Yeah,
but I just think
I think they have to not cast Hugh Jackman now.
Yeah, you're right. And it's funny because after Prisoners came out, that's what everybody was comparing him to was Joel. And it's funny, the story of in prison, I think he lost his daughter or something like that. I think he lost his child too, something like that too. So I hate the way that movie ends. That's a good movie though too.
I gotta see it.
But he looks exactly like Joel, and that's why I compare it to The Last of Us. The only difference is there's no zombies or no clickers or nothing like that. I can need to go back and replay that game. That's the worst part is I can't do it because my PS4 is broke. But I think that's it. What we have to talk about. We just kind of rambled on at the end. We had nothing else we wanted to talk about. We'll probably just sit here and talk about some more. It's something like 4 o'clock. So you got anywhere else you need to be today?
I got a meeting at work, but that's at like 7 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, we're probably just about to be chilling, talking. So hope you guys enjoyed this stream. This is a short. It's like part of the shortest episode we done.
Yeah.
It's just some quick one thought. There was no trailers released. No movies came out. We're about to review. Nothing in the box office. Obviously, Thor killed it at the box office again. It's just word of mouth and it's good. It's really good. Go see Thor. Please go see Thor. It's really good. It kills the other 2 Thors out the water. I really hope they do continue off this. If they do another Thor. Now, I ask you the question. Do it make you want to see another one? Because remember we talked about it, say you don't know if you want to see another one. Do you want to see another Thor after this movie if they go in the same, if they do it like this?
If they make another one, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to be happy that they made it. But I'm not yearning for another Thor movie.
Right.
If they don't make any more, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay. I think certain movies are better than 3s anyway. That's just my opinion. I don't think they need to keep going unless they have to.
Right. That's the thing. This one didn't feel like a third movie. It felt like a first movie.
Yeah. But technically people won't see it that way because it's the third movie, and obviously there's 2 other Thor movies in front of this one. So what would you put? You wouldn't put in your top 10?
No, it's not better than any of these movies that I listed.
Definitely right. Because I got Iron Man is number 10. It's definitely not better than the first Iron Man. It's definitely not better than the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
Just because Iron Man set the podium for what we have right now.
It'll probably be 13 or 14.
It'll probably be like 12.
Yeah, because for me, 11 and 12 are Iron Man and Man of Steel. So yeah, probably be 13.
Wow, Man of Steel didn't make it in your top 10?
Man of Steel did not make it.
What's that, probably like 11?
It's 12.
It's 12? Okay.
Yeah, 11 is Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
First Iron Man.
Okay. Yeah, you technically got the same like list like mine. See, no, you don't have. You
know what?
You don't have
No.
Deadpool in your list.
No, you know what? I take that back. It'd be 14 because my 13 would be X-Men United.
X2.
Yeah.
Okay.
X2,
Yeah, that's a
X-Men
good one.
United.
That's a good one. That would probably that would definitely be in the top 15.
Yeah,
X-Men United would definitely be in the top 15.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that more than I enjoyed Thor Ragnarok. But that, I mean, that's
totally two different.
That's what I'm saying. That's
totally two different.
That's my kind of movie though. I like my movies to be moody.
It's very it's not even that. It feels
serious. Like
it's not even that serious. It feels grounded. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like out of this world.
Yeah, I
It's
like
very,
my movies like
it's
that.
very it's a very one sided. Not one sided, but it's like I can't even get the word out. But it's just it's very simple.
Yeah,
It's very simple.
yeah. The
Very
story,
simple. It's very simple.
the story is like we have a goal. We need to get to that
The
goal.
same with Winter Soldier felt like that.
Yeah,
Winter Soldier definitely felt like that.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of subplots. It's there's one or two subplots, but like they have a goal and they meet that goal.
Damn, I want to watch that now too. X-Men 2 is raw.
It is.
That is raw, bro.
It has one of the best opening sequences of any superhero movie.
Nightcrawler. It made me upset that they introduced Nightcrawler in X-Men Apocalypse Team to do shit. What do you do? What do you do in X-Men Apocalypse?
Nothing. He just wore a Thriller jacket.
It'd be cool because it's the 80s, right?
Right. That was such a misuse of the 80s. Like the 80s was one of the best times to live in, and they didn't really utilize it all like that.
That's why, like, when I go back and I watch Stranger Things, like, they did it kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Whereas
X-Men Apocalypse don't feel like it's in the 80s.
No, it definitely doesn't. Now, out of that, I'm probably more excited for Deadpool 2 than I'm excited for the next X-Men movie.
Yeah, like I said, they need to just
Stop
with X-Men, give it a break and reboot it.
Yep.
The right
And it's
way.
funny they tried to do that with First Class, but they knew, like, okay, we could do Days of Future Past and, you know, fix the timeline and start over that way. But
That's what I'm saying. Like they had a clean slate.
yeah, the only thing is I think they should have ended it with Days of Future Past. They should have ended it with that and not do another X-Men. Days of Future Past should have been, okay, this is the conclusion of the saga, because people say, in my opinion, you can erase, now that X-Men of Days of Future Past happened, it kind of erases those other movies.
Right, it erases the first three.
So that's the first trilogy, and then now this is the second trilogy, what you have.
X-Men Days of Future Past continues on from First Class.
Right. Oh no, so that's not even a trilogy. You would count Apocalypse as a trilogy. No, I wouldn't want that to be the end of my trilogy though. I would want it to end in Days of Future Past. I would put them all together, because you could technically watch each one like that.
Yeah.
Because the way First Class is a prequel, you can watch that one first technically. Watch that one first, then watch the other ones, and then end with Future Past, Days of Future Past.
The X-Men universe is so confusing.
It's all, but even the comics is like that.
It's so convoluted.
Oh, I know comics like that. Even Marvel
You
does
you
that.
know what you right. The X-Men comics are like that.
I don't like that.
Because you got Sons from the future. There's Cable is what you call son, Cyclops' son with Emma Frost.
Somebody tell us in the comment section. Somebody tell us in the comment section. But that's why I'm not upset that it's like that, because the comics is like that. But we don't care about that. We want to see continuity that works, that doesn't feel like it's out of place and things don't make sense and stuff like that. And that's why I do like about Marvel. They do have little mishaps where things don't make sense, but they try to fix it with future movies. Obviously with Thor and Spider-Man and stuff like that, they fix those certain things, because that's the one thing someone told me, like, where's Spider-Man at? Been out all this time. I said, and I told him, I said, he's been there. We just didn't know he was there. You know, same with Doctor Strange. He's been there.
See, that was different.
He's always been there. But they just now they just now be coming to fruition. Now.
Spider-Man was there. Like Spider-Man, he hadn't like been there.
But you know,
he
what
was
I'm saying.
only there. For,
you know what I'm saying.
Like, they overlap by that much.
In the context of the universe, technically he's been there, but he's only a little
6 months.
He's a.
I
mean,
he's only there for 6 months.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Like people saying like, oh, he's been like, oh, like the same thing. Like, oh, characters always been there. They just now coming out now. You know, like,
right.
I just look at it like that. Like, oh yeah, Marvel just got the rights, but technically in the universe he's been there, but he's not. He's not Spider-Man yet, obviously. The reason why he got put on the radar because he's swinging around Queens, fucking webbing people around. That's the reason why he got on the radar. I ain't gonna lie, I love that scene where he's on top of the. And why did Sony do that? Love putting him in front of American flags. But he stand up and the guy's like, "Hey, you're that Spider guy on YouTube, right? They call me Spider-Man." He said, "All right, Spider-Man, do a flip." And he did a flip. I think it's the guy's voice. That's what makes it so funny.
Yeah.
But I love that. That whole sequence when he's doing just random stuff in Queens. It's hilarious, man. That's the one thing I think they got Spider-Man right. Is that he is just a little kid doing these little things in the neighborhood. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's the one thing I love that they got right. And then when he used to do something big, like obviously what he did with the little ATM thing, he did that. And that's the one thing I loved about Spider-Man Homecoming, man.
Getting back to X-Men, if you made an X-Men movie, how would you do it?
How would I do it?
Yeah.
I probably do exactly. I go back to the beginning and bring out the original 5 and just start over, because we haven't seen all the main X-Men on screen together. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen all of them together. You know, Iceman has been always they make him younger than he really is. He's not a part of the main cast. So the one thing is I'll start over. Obviously Magneto had to be the bad guy. Obviously, you know, he's the most marketable villain in the X-Men franchise. So
what I would do, I would use the same main plot from First Class.
Yeah.
With the original 5.
Right.
Set it in present day.
Yeah.
And the main focus, the story will be told from Scott's point of view.
Yeah, that's the one thing they messed up on. That Scott is the main character technically. Yeah. They don't make him the main character.
Yeah.
I think if they did that with bringing him to the MCU, I think it would work.
Absolutely.
It would work magnificently, actually. But as long as they get the right actor, the right character, and right storyline to do it, because that's what I'm saying. The only way I think it'll work if they do, like I said, Doctor Strange is a good example as well. He can go into parallel dimensions and stuff like that. So maybe he will be the one to open up that portal to go to the other dimension where the X-Men exist, where they have mutants instead of enhanced beings. Because it's funny, I was watching Thor, I'm like, see, they have Doctor Strange here. He can do these things like make you fucking walk for 30 minutes. I mean, like,
I've been falling
like
for 30 minutes.
Stuff like that is like, and that's why I'm ready. Like, hopefully, Secret Wars is the next thing that like they bring in the Beyonder and all this stuff. Like other, you know, we obviously know they have other universes because we have Guardians. So it's like that's the one thing where the MCU kind of did the impossible technically, where they have done Guardians, they had Doctor Strange, they did Thor, they did all these out of this world things where we didn't think was going to be possible. And it kind of like, okay, Disney and Marvel can strike a deal where, okay, you can use this, use that, and maybe Marvel can give them the same thing, kind of like they did with Spider-Man. That's the one thing that I really want them to do. I want them to kind of make the same deal like Sony and Marvel.
I want them to get the rights back to their own character. It pisses me off. Even though I love Spider-Man in the MCU. It pisses me off that they have to rent their own character.
I mean, they kind of did that. Marvel kind of did that to themselves.
I know, because they was about to go bankrupt.
Marvel kind of did that to themselves. So I mean, it's like trying to give away something, trying to give it back when the person really want to keep it. I mean,
but the thing is, they trying to get it back from somebody that don't know what they doing.
You're right. But I mean, when the contract for Sony said they have to make a movie every certain amount of time and they have to make a certain amount of money to keep it. I mean, when they have the authority to do that, and even though it's not good, obviously, I didn't like Amazing Spider-Man 2 that much, but some people did, but obviously it didn't work.
I liked it better than the first time I watched it.
I was watching it, and the things that bothered me before didn't bother me so much. And the best, I mean, obviously the best thing about both of those movies is the chemistry between
Emma Stone.
Yeah, like that is they are. Just, you can say whatever you want about the movies themselves, but they're the best on-screen superhero couple we've ever seen.
And that's why I think it was. That's why I was a little upset they killed her off. Yeah. I really wanted that to have a trilogy other than just. Because we had the trilogy with Mary Jane. I'm like, oh, let's have a trilogy with Gwen Stacy. Let's not enter at the second movie, but obviously the plans were to bring in Mary Jane afterwards.
Yeah.
But
they were better than.
You think they're better than Iron Man and or
absolutely.
You think they're better than them?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you felt it.
Yeah,
It
didn't help that they were going out as well. They were dating in real life.
Yeah.
So that kind of
they dated for a while.
That kind of helped as well. And Andrew
Garfield. But I mean, even
you're dumb for letting her go.
But even somebody else was dating for real.
That was on screen?
Yeah, I can't. It's something that I watched recently.
Recently? Is it new?
Stranger Things.
Who?
Nancy and Jonathan.
Oh, they were dating in real life?
They dated in real life.
Oh,
yeah.
So maybe that's why it worked so well.
But that's the thing. That worked very well. But Andrew and Emma worked better.
Yeah,
their chemistry was so thick.
I think the writing for their characters is better though.
Yeah.
I think they really did. I think that's Mark's Webb thing though. You ever seen Father Day Summer? That's his thing though. His thing is like that. That's a really underrated rom-com. Yeah, it's a really underrated rom-com. Father Day Summer. But I think that's his thing is the romance between. That's his thing. That's what really got him the role. Got him the directing job. But I think that's he works better with those moments, with those two moments.
Like I one day I watched those movies just so I could see those two act. Like it was, oh man, like if they made a romantic comedy with them, like just like. Not even Spider-Man, just Peter and Gwen. I would see that movie so fast.
Especially being the character.
Right.
Definitely. Alright, man, we've been rambling on and on about just random stuff. We're gonna end it right here. We're gonna keep talking though, because we just like talking about random stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please slap the like button, please subscribe for more, and we're on this one, you guys. Peace.